Hi everyone, how is everyone doing? I have not gone live for a very long time, even though I think video is very powerful because you can hear me and hear my voice and it makes a difference. So what I want to share with you is my social media experiences that from the recent testing. I've been online, or I've been in business for 12 years, but I've been focusing on marketing and social media business since 2017 when I started my affiliate marketing business, when I started my journey with the proper marketing, because before I was doing network marketing, property services, and so on. And what I have been learning and how social media have been changing, I've been focusing on Facebook, I've been focusing on Instagram and so on. There were tons of automation. I've done gazillion of amount of online courses about social media marketing, and obviously my digital marketing masters, where there was more theory than the actual practicing. But obviously social media marketing is changing probably as fast as technology these days. So like every week or every month is something new, something different. So it's really hard to keep up. What I have been doing consistently, because a lot of people are saying like, mindset is the key to success. Well, I've been working on my mindset for years. It has improved. There's always room for growth, don't take me wrong, but the other thing is consistency and this kind of hustle mentality. Well, I don't know whether you're just starting a business, whether you've been in business for a while, and if you, like me, is building the business on the side of having a full-time job. Well, for me, not anymore, but like I started having a full-time job on the side, or sometimes even 3 jobs. That burnout it's a killer. So when you're hustling, when you are online, when you're trying to build a business, when you're trying to learn the skills, at the same time build your brand and promote yourself and build the audience, and being everywhere, well, not everywhere, but like even if you focus on 2-3 platforms, it's not enough anymore and it's not working. After my affiliate marketing journey, where I kind of slowed down and I started to pivot towards coaching business, which I started in 2020, just before the pandemic hit, things started to shift in an online space, as we all know. Like apart from that people obviously have been at homes and they didn't have the human interaction. I think there was a lot of realizations from that point. The online space started to shift in terms of Facebook, how Facebook works. We used to use Facebook for seeing, like having updates from our family and friends, and now Facebook shows us like completely random stuff. Every second or third thing we see on our feed is either an advert or it is a post from some random pages that maybe we will be interested in, and there is a zero, well, not zero, but very, very little of that human interaction in terms of like from our friends or possible people that we could connect, that we share the same values, right? So video used to be very popular, but from what I'm realizing, I think Facebook started to remove the video because obviously of the capacity. If people go for live for 10 minutes, half an hour and so on, well, it takes out server space, it takes out the space. So they started to cut it down, they started to remove it. They started moving towards, that's why they started to move towards shorts and 7-second videos. Why? Because of the capacity of the video, right? I love writing, so for me, happy days. Like I actually get tons of notifications from Facebook that my static posts with a graphic gets way more engagement than the videos, funny enough. And videos used to build people's audience, but it is still important to show up, to share your message in a format of either voice clip like audios or videos, right? Now I have been, since I kind of transitioned from the affiliate marketing into coaching, and I was also offering and still offering freelance marketing, so like done for you services. I have been very consistent in terms of posting and being active on social media. From Be Limitless Online, I transitioned into the proper kind of a concept of digital business garage, where your business is your vehicle towards your success, towards your dream destination. And you take your clients on that to their dream destination by delivering your promise. Now, if your business is your vehicle, you need an engine with all the gears and so on, which I call digital dots. So you need all the digital dots and connect them in order for the engine to be efficient and work and go as fast as you can. So you as the driver, you can drive your business towards your dream destination. Now, when something is not working, you go to a car mechanic in order to do diagnostics. Well, what I refer to as a digital business mechanic, where you come to me, I do diagnostics of your business. I tell you what you are missing in your business, which pieces of the mechanism of your online business in order to make it more efficient. What are you missing? So stop outsourcing your marketing, or stop paying for content, paid ads, Google ads, Facebook ads, if you don't have all the other pieces in place in order for the engine to work properly. Because if your audience doesn't have all the pieces connected and you don't have automated customer journey, you're gonna spin your wheels and you will be everywhere and nothing will be flowing. And that's very important. Now, from the Digital Business Garage, what I was missing is like a lot of people didn't, and it's not only in a coaching sphere, but a lot of entrepreneurs are struggling to implement marketing advice, or when they do courses, they don't implement the strategies, the tactics. They don't fully understand the big picture, why they need to do it that way. And what I had was like an internal fight that I couldn't really implement certain advice. Why? And it was burning me out, and I was drained trying to do it. And even though I was consistent, I was really trying, and it didn't work. It didn't stick. Why? Because it was not aligned with who I am or my values. I didn't fully agree with the methods that I was taught from the programs. A lot of things were unethical, or just not my way of selling. Selling is not unethical, because selling is not really a process where you're just going to influence someone to buy. It's nothing about this kind of scarcity mentality. It's not about the FOMO. It's not about the influencing or manipulating or using NLP. No. If you understand the problem that you can solve, and if you have the solution that you can explain, selling is providing the information that your client needs in order to make the best decision for themselves. If they don't buy from you, they are not your client, and that's okay. You don't need to have everyone as your client. So this is quite important, because a lot of people think like, oh, I cannot sell, I'm scared of sales. Well, I get it. Because if it's not aligned with you and you don't fully understand it, and you see the sneaky ways how people sell and push, and you either get a DM with like someone asking you all these questions, which are literally like from scripts, sales scripts, like, which makes me absolutely cringe. You have to learn how to provide the information to for other person to make the best decision. You need to understand who your ideal client is, because like, you don't want to work with everyone. Not everyone wants to work with you, and that's okay. And it's not about the niche, it's about the values. So if you're gonna work with someone who's not gonna implement your steps, or who's not sharing the same passion, or who doesn't really want to solve the problem, what's the point of selling to them, right? So you need to remember that. So in terms of selling, now for over a year now, what was my missing piece is understanding who my ideal clients are. Even though I picked my niche, which is, I didn't really pick my niche. The niche has picked me. Why? Because while I was trying to make, obviously, work in the background to pay my bills in my architectural career, then in kitchen design, where I got burnt out, and I was trying to make other businesses work, such as network marketing, property services. And through my career, I got burned out, I got panic attacks, I got into the stage where I had the symptoms of depression. I needed to make it work. I still wanted to get to my destination, but I needed to take care of my mental health. what did help me was alternative therapies, the holistic wellness approach, meditation, affirmations, and trance hypnosis from Paul McKenna, and so on and so forth. And so I decided I'm going to utilize my passion to marketing to help those who are providing the solutions within the wellness industry to those like me. Okay, so that has got me the clarity, and by doing the work on my mental health, it helped me to recognize myself, to get to know myself, to go deep. And a year ago, actually 2 years ago, I came across human design. It didn't really click for me back then, but last year in September it did, and I started to study human design, gene keys, astrology, even got into the numerology, and that work helped me to understand myself. It helped me to actually understand my clients. So this is my first part of the process when someone works with me, is to get to know them and help them get to know themselves through human design, gene keys, and all the tools that I'm using. And only from then, I'm checking what they have in place for their online business. If they already aware they have a gift, we can create offers about it in alignment with their energy blueprint that we discover through human design. Now, once we have that piece in place, so obviously we need to create the message, we need to create the offer, the marketing strategy is according to someone's energy blueprint that we discover through human design. And further down the line, we build a system that is delivering that gift and nurture the client on their journey to buy from you. Because no one will buy from you if they don't find you to start with. They need to know, like, and trust you, which is the 3 factor that everyone repeats, but there is the other factor is finding you. Now, in order to find you, you obviously need to look professional, so that's the branding. You do need to have some content in place, because obviously if you have nothing, how do they know that you are the expert or you have the authority in the field? And that content doesn't necessarily be on social media, but that's a different story. Although it has to be a little bit, but it's not the main factor, which I'm transitioning to. So this is really important in terms of understanding social media. Social media is just one part of the marketing strategy. Most important thing is to get to know yourself. Once you know yourself, then you can you have the clarity, you can build your message, you can build your offer with clarity, you know your gift, you know how you can help others, and then you can deliver. But you need the structure for the customer journey for them to understand what you're offering to them. If you tell them everything in one go, obviously they're gonna be overwhelmed, right? So it's like going to a shop and asking for a solution for XYZ, I don't know, hair growth, let's say. If the salesperson won't ask you questions about the problem that you have and start telling you about every single product in the shop, obviously you're gonna get overwhelmed and confused. So you need to, when you're thinking of selling your solution, selling or presenting your solution, you need to remember you need to sequence the information. So first you need to ask them what the problem is. So you need to get to know them. Hence I'm getting to know you first. Then you need to present okay, so this is what I know about your problem, and this is why it's happening, and this is why I'm offering you this as a first step. You cannot jump over to, I don't know, let's say coloring your hair. You need to clear your scalp or make your scalp healthy and so on. So this is really important. It's steps, it's the sequence, and all this kind of era of organic marketing and deception and influencing and blah, it's all so fake, and it always pissed me off when I hear about oh, but if you're too cheap, you're too expensive, 5 grand, 10 grand for coaching. For God's sake, this maybe works in certain markets in dollars, but I can tell you it doesn't work in Europe. We cut through the noise, we don't like the fluff. And what I don't like is defining someone's value, defining how good someone is by their pricing. It's not about the pricing, and I also don't like when someone brags. And yes, I understand you can be proud of yourself and of your achievements, and I'm absolutely happy for them. However, real richness is not in dollars itself. It's about transformation and change. So it is the end of the era of deception, and we start moving into the authority of truth, the alignment, and the authenticity by reconnecting with ourselves, being an ethical leader and leading with that integrity. That is super important. So if you would like to get to know me a little bit more, I always invite everyone for a virtual coffee, which is about half an hour. We get to know each other. You can also visit my website, holisticbusinessalignment.com, or you can get my freebie, my alignment toolkit bundle, which is basically 2 free human design reports, visibility checklist, and aligned success guide, which will tell you how to use the reports in your business and get to know yourself and to apply it to your business. If you want to get that, go to begin.holisticbusinessalignment.com. So if anything sparks curiosity, if you're pissed off with the posting daily like I do right now and you just have crickets, then let's change that, because the new era has already begun. And people are starting new ways of marketing, and social media is just a fraction of it. And I'm fed up of of being the victim, not the victim. I'm fed up of being the slave of algorithms of Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. Has the 4 times per day content give me anything? It just moved the needle in terms of LinkedIn, that my engagement has increased a little bit. On Meta platform, it did 0. So I'm about to, I'm finishing this month and I'm gonna go back to posting when I feel like. I always prepare, so I create content up front, and I'm scheduling up front, so I have at least once a day for the consistency, because I still believe consistency is the key, because otherwise you just disappear. However, I'm going to focus more on creating content that you can hear, get straight away, get to know it, get some value, and then we move on to the next step. And once you know I'm your gal, then reach out to me and let's take a look of how I can help you. There's no hard selling. There is no selling, first of all. All I'm providing you is information so you can understand what you need to create your business. If you have a different idea of building the business, I'm absolutely cool with that. So if you're happy to hear more from me, reach out, DM me, comment below, and I reach out. Let's have a virtual coffee. Go to holisticbusinessalignment.com and let's start the journey. Bye for now.